What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. Just heading in. It's not pitch black dark. That's a good thing. It's starting to ease into spring. Feels like it's been a long winter. Just the last month, but it's all good. You know, it's been on my mind the last couple of days. Actually, it's, off and on for a few weeks. We sure do sacrifice our peace awfully easily. Peace that we get as a Christian can only come from God. I can't generate peace in my own life. And I think a lot of times that's why I don't have it. Is I'm trying to generate it myself. Well, if I can just get all of these tasks accomplished, then I'll have time to sit back and have a little bit of peace of mind. That's what we say, right? Isn't that the saying we use? A little peace of mind. Problem is all of those tasks are going to lead to other tasks and to other tasks. So we're trying to work our way to peace, and we'll never get there. It's much like our salvation. A lot of people think, well, I'm just going to work my way, and if I do all this, God will be happy with me, and, He'll let me into heaven. No, that's salvation by works, and that's not true. Salvation only comes through the grace of our God. We didn't earn it. We don't deserve it. But He allows us to have it if we accept it. It's a gift. Peace is the same way. It's a gift. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have a role to play in it. But it can only come through Him. And remember that He will not interject in certain areas, sinful areas, bad things. Paul tells us that in Philippians 4:8 says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good rapport, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Okay, he says that. And he says, well, I've just drew a blank on what verse 9 says. But at the end of it, he says, these things, verse 9 says, these things which ye have both heard and learned and received and seen in me, do, and the God of peace will be with you. So, can we earn it by works? No, but we can earn it by obedience. What is being obedient about this verse? Well, if there's something in my life that is not just or pure or honest or lovely or of good rapport, then I don't need to be thinking about it and judge the things that I let in based on that criteria. Paul's given us a roadmap, and then he says in verse 9, you've seen me live it out. How important is that? Paul says this in multiple books, multiple letters that he wrote. Hey, you've seen me, just mimic me, because I'm imitating Christ. Just look what I do. See, in my own life, I want my kids to have peace. Well, how much peace do they see me? How many times am I filtering things based on Paul's criteria there in verse 8 in chapter 4? Am I watching things that are lovely, that are just, that are pure, that are honorable? Or am I just watching things sometimes just to have something on? Or am I looking at my phone and scrolling through, not realizing that those things are in my brain and kind of in the back and affecting my thought processes, affecting the way I live my life, affecting my relationship with the Father, the God of peace. The God of peace. Everyone will tell you they want peace, okay? If you want it, Paul's giving you a little roadmap there. If the things that you're letting in are affecting your mind and they don't fall into that criteria, scroll them out. Scroll them out, just like you do on your phone. Just swipe them out. Swipe them out. I was thinking that last night as I was trying to go to sleep, and 15,000 thoughts were, wouldn't it be cool if my brain could work like an iPhone? What is this that popped in my mind? Oh, I don't want that. That's not a God. Close it out. What is this? Oh, well, that's not good. Close it out. What is this? That's not important. Close it out. That would be pretty cool. These thoughts that I don't want, I can just swipe them up, get rid of them. But unfortunately, there's not an app for that. But fortunately, there is an answer. And it's the same answer that we always come back to. I got to ask God for some help. Ask God to help me control my thoughts. Pray that those things that come into my life, that I just scroll them away right away. I heard a preacher a long time ago say, if you look the first time, that's not sin, that was you just got caught off guard. But if you turn around and look back, you've sinned. So if you see it and swipe it up and move on with life, there's no guilt there. If there is, it's not of God. Actually, there's no guilt, there is shame. Again, we've talked about that a lot of times. That's our enemy's best game plan, is to try to make us ashamed. Shame does not come from God, guilt does. So when we see something that's tempting us and we just move on, then we might feel shame, but remember, that doesn't come from the Father. Only justified guilt comes from Him. So don't sacrifice your peace today. If the TV's making you feel a certain way, or an iPhone, or whatever or a certain person, just remove it for a while and focus on the things that Paul tells us to focus on, because those matter. God bless you. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're getting a little closer to God. That's That's the only reason I do these, is I hope to make your relationship a little bit better. God bless.